How you doing?
Hi, is it Nylah?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to say I do appreciate the breakdown
Thank you.
Thank you.
of everything that you're talking about, because the reason why, because I remember yesterday when Conscious TV was talking about he wanted smoke and all that other stuff. Like, I couldn't really give him smoke because you saw what happened at the end with all the argument and all that other stuff.
I didn't get
Nobody
a
was getting
chance to
through.
see it. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, nobody was getting through to nobody, and you couldn't even hear what nobody was saying. And so when I had questions, I was trying to get his side of how can you possibly feel like a woman if you don't know what a woman feel like, because feminine energy and masculine energy is at everybody. So
Right.
but the experience of a woman is something that's indescribable. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so
So he
I'm glad.
believes that he's a woman. He thinks he's a woman
No,
No, no,
he
no. He
he
identifies
identifies
as
as
a
a gay
man. No,
man.
he does.
as a man. Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah, yeah.
identifies as a gay man, but I
Okay.
think he was trying to speak for the community in itself, as far as trans people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just never, I tried to get him to explain, because to me, when I see somebody that's a trans person, when I'm looking at it from my point of view, it looks like body dysmorphia to me. You see what I'm saying? If you feel like you're in the wrong
It
body,
is.
it
Mm-hmm.
exactly, because if you feel like you're in the wrong body, if you feel like you're supposed to be something else or somebody else, that's a form of the body dysmorphia in my eyes. And when he was
Absolutely.
bringing up stuff like, when women with PCOS could grow beards, or they might not have a period, okay, but that person is still a woman. You see what I'm saying?
Why was that even brought up? That's a disorder. That's an imbalance of
Well,
hormones.
I think he was trying to explain that all women don't have the same experience of womanhood, of what sex supposed to be womanhood. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
hold up. Let's give a definition real quick. What is gender dysphoria? Refers to someone whose external genitalia does not align with their gender identity or their psychological sense of their gender. Some
okay.
people who are transgender will experience gender dysphoria, which results from an incongruence between one's sex assigned at birth and one's gender identity. Basically, your mind don't match your body.
Okay. Which that does make sense. That explanation would make more sense, because I just don't understand, because I grew up around different people, and I went to high school with transgenders, and one of them got upset with me. I was like, you can't put on a wig and put makeup on and call yourself a woman. It takes more than that to be a woman.
Right.
And then when he got upset with the last caller, I can't remember the last caller's name, but he got upset. He insulted her. He insulted her father, or the father of her children. First of all, I hate when people use that, because everybody don't have that experience. My father never mistreated me. My father treated me like a princess, and still do. My grandfather
Same
was a
here.
wonderful man. My cousins and uncles were always protective of me. You see what I'm saying? The men in my
Yeah.
life were always protective of me. The men in my life take care of their children. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody doesn't have that experience, because they disagree with what you're saying. We
I'm
just
glad that
disagree
you
with what
said
you're
that.
saying.
I'm glad that you said that, because, like, in a lot of these conversations, people are not dealing with that fact. I don't have that experience. I have what you're talking about. That was my dad. We were treated like princesses, still treated that way. I don't have men in my family that are opting out of manhood, that are mistreating their families, that are dealing harshly with the women. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't know what, like, did he have a father?
He did have
I,
a problem. He did. He did.
It
okay.
was just, I just didn't understand why he used that as an argument to this woman, saying you cannot be a woman, you never can, you should not use our bathrooms, because I think God should have separate bathrooms. I'm sorry, a bathroom is a very private place for both men and women.
Thank you,
You see what
John.
I'm saying? And men and women have their place. And when you go to the bathroom, that is a private thing that you need to do for yourself, to relieve yourself, to do things for
And I
yourself,
ain't
to
gonna
take
lie,
care
y'all
of your
don't want to
body.
be in a bathroom with me. It ain't a pretty sight.
Right. I don't like it, because I was shocked as hell when I went to New York and saw that it was men and women in bathroom. I said, what the hell is this?
It's like that in LA. Yeah, yeah. It's like
It,
that in LA
to me,
too.
that's crazy. All because you're trying to make a demographic of people that's not the majority comfortable. So make us
Although I
all
will say,
uncomfortable.
I didn't see any issues happen. It was confusing to me because I was looking for the signs and there were none.
That's because everything is unisex. And I'm sorry, I think certain things should be designated for certain people. Things should be designated for women. Things should be designated for men, and things should be designated for transgenders. What is wrong with that? Why everybody got to mix and mingle with everything? You're not going to get along with everybody. That's just not the way the world works.
Let's leave it there. Thank you, Ladora, for coming up.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And I will say, Nylah, they said, Storm, you stink. I smell like a nigga. I smell like a man. Look, I have a man scent. I have to shower 2 times a day. Listen, I smell like a nigga. Like, whenever you're around me, I'm going to smell good because I'm fresh out the fucking shower. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. I smell like a nigga. Like, it is what it is.
That's funny.
Ayla, what's going on?
Hi, Storm.
Hey.
Hi, Nylah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You look nice too, Storm.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm sweating now. People don't even know. And I sweat all the time too. It's rough.
Well, you know, we out here in this desert where it's 118 half the time, 115. So I understand.
Oh yeah, I'm in Boston. But it's pretty hot up here, but it's not that hot. But I do have a couple of points. So my first point is I kind of feel like it's the simplicity of a woman that I feel like the trans community is kind of missing, because, and it kind of dawned on me the other day when I was walking to the store, because I just had on sweatpants, a graphic tee, my hair was wrapped up, but underneath it I looked like Don King. But men was still gravitated towards me, like, hi, how you doing, you know what I mean? And I'm on the phone with my mom and I'm like, listen, I don't have on anything extravagant, because she's just like, Ayla, like, what do you have on? And I'm like, I don't have on anything extravagant. I have on sweatpants and a graphic tee with no bra on, and my hair is wrapped up. You know what I mean? And I was, talking through it with my mom, and I'm like, that's what it is. It's the simplicity of a woman. We don't have to have you be beat to the gods, and have our waist snatched, and like, even there's memes going around where people was like, big back will still get F2, you know what I mean? Little butt would still get F2, like, right. So it's just like, it's the
big back stay pregnant, honey. Big back always pregnant.
All right, and keep a man.
Yes.
So it's the simplicity of a woman. Like, that's kind of how I kind of wrap my head around it. And then I also don't like the fact that they are preying on straight men. To me, it's like jailhouse mentality. And the reason why I say that is because it's like when men are in jail and they're sexually frustrated or they're angry, they're going to beat you up, knock you out, and then make you their B word. And that's kind of how I feel about trans, when they're like, girl, I can F your man or whatever. And it's like, but he's straight. You know what I mean? Why is it such a driving force for you to dominate a straight man?
I think that that's them playing manipulative like games. I think they say that to get women to feel less confident, because they know, like I said before, straight men are not an option for them. I think that, how some people are trying to convince you and themselves of their lie. But I do think that you're right about them probably having a predatory nature, looking for some soft questioning men that are maybe questioning their sexuality. Because
that is what the Q is for as well, queer or questioning.
Yeah. So like men that actually are owning their sexuality and are heterosexual, it's not gonna happen. I don't even think that they're going to sniff their way. They're not even going to try to be in that man's sphere. But men that are questioning, because I believe that men have their own frequency, and that men peep game between other men, and I think they know when it's one that might go.
Right. And and Conscious has touched on a point yesterday, and he was saying that women need to like look at the women community and hold each other accountable, and and things like that. And I was just watching a documentary on YouTube, and I forget the name of it, and I can't find it now. I think they wiped it off, but it was a documentary of trans women and men, and they were saying that they regretted having the surgery. And a lot of them wanted to revert back to who they were. A lot of them could not revert back. A lot of them chose to stop taking their hormones because it was messing with their mind. I had seen a lot of them. When I was watching the documentary, they had said that they wish that somebody told them that they were schizophrenic, or they had a multiple personality disorder, and this is coming out of the horse's mouth. And I think that there was a Black girl. She was on TLC, and she had transitioned, and she said that she, regretted, changing her sexuality too, especially based off of the hormones that they have to take, because they feel like they're jailed by taking those hormones.
Well, that's part of it. I don't want to get deep into that part because talking about pharmaceuticals is an issue on YouTube.
Okay. Sorry.
But no, but like just put it like this: they have lifelong customers in them.
Mm-hmm.
They like it's a what I'm saying.
Yeah, and this is my last point. When they say that when we get mad and we throw up, oh, they're gay in their face, and and all of this type of stuff like that. But I've seen and heard a lot of gay people throw up how women parent and their kids, and the woman can have great kids, but kids are going to kid, you know what I mean? And like they be really disrespectful, talking about the children and talking about the parenting, and and I can raise your kids better than you. And it's just like, you don't think that hurts our feelings too, when you're speaking about our children, and and things like that. And I kind of feel like there's accountability on both sides, but I kind of feel like we take our accountability. We know what it is that we do. And even yesterday, when a lot of women were speaking to Conscious, they was apologizing for his experience on behalf of the women that was exuding those actions towards him. But we don't get that same grace from them, and they don't see the things that they do.
Yeah.
And that's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
All right, do one more here. Salty Truth.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi. I just wanted to kind of bring up a bigger picture I think that's going on, a lot of people aren't touching on, and that there's a group of people, and I'm not just saying LBG, but a wider amount of people, not left, not right, but like there's globalists, I'll just say it. They have for a long time been trying to destroy traditional family, taking the father out the home. I believe now they're trying to destroy biological sex, women, men, what it means, to usher in transhumanism. So there's no difference between men or women. We're just one type. I mean, like one thing. The lines are blurred.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I understand what you with the transhumanism situation. I do feel like there's a war on women, period. I feel like if you really think historically, whoever has been in charge, right, of government and law, who's ever been in like the highest places within society, these people never liked women. They never liked women. Women have always been suppressed to certain degrees. Women have always had to fight for validity, for space, for autonomy. So it's they've never liked women.
Right.
And I think that once they got to a place where it became an open conversation about not liking women, not wanting to be with women, not respecting women, not having any place of honor for women at all, we move towards the devaluation, the dehumanization, devaluing motherhood, devaluing the ability to, carry a child, devaluing femininity, devaluing the station, bless you, the station of a woman. You know what I mean? It's been that way for a while. And now it's just getting worse, because the fact that they have the audacity to try and recreate womanhood, recreate childbirth, recreate
Periods.
periods, the birthing system, like all of that. That's disrespect.
Yeah.
Ashley said, "What about it makes you feel unsafe?"
What makes
a trans going into a bathroom with you?
Well, because these are still men. Most of them still have dicks. A lot of them don't like women. And even, let's say, the mere fact that something is in place that says that a trans woman can come, and can be a biological male, can go into a woman's bathroom. Let's just say no trans woman ever did harm. The fact that you can just say, I identify as a woman, is an open invitation for sick motherfuckers that want to be in a room with a woman. So I understand y'all want to have, playtime with your good Judies in the bathroom, but you have to think about the bigger picture. The moment you put in place that a man just has to assume a feminine identity to be a woman and enter women's spaces where women are vulnerable, you put women at risk and children. And I don't understand why that's rocket science.
I just want to add too, they cover up in the news, but there has been several instances where there has been assault on women and children by transsexuals. And I say transsexuals because, to me, I will never call them a woman. This is my triumph too. When they say women call us transphobic, this is what I say. A woman cannot be transphobic against a patriarchal, privileged man appropriating stereotypes of women. You're a man appropriating us. We cannot be transphobic against a man appropriating us. And
can only be victims of that.
And it's funny how they don't believe in transracial, but they believe in trans woman.
That's another conversation we got to have too, because it's some people that definitely,
it's very hypocritical. But and another thing that the transgender community forgets: women are a protected class under the Constitution. We are a minority. Black, white, Chinese, women in general. We are a minority under the Constitution. We are supposed to be protected and have equal rights. We have women that, when we fought for voting rights, was spit on, was punched. I don't know if transgenders, I don't know their history that well, but I think that happened when they needed voting rights, because they were still men. They still had voting rights as a man. Women got punched and spit on for fighting for voting rights.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.